back, everybody. Welcome back to another video. This is going to be Psych Eval number 18. Of course, we know that now. Just setting a couple things up here, make sure I got the lighting right and everything. Again, still working on a super duper budget. But hey, you know what? Getting these videos out there somehow, which is the most important thing here, right? Consistency, trying to build up some sort of consistency with these types of videos. So, yeah, first of all, how you guys doing? Welcome back. I appreciate you always stopping by, subscribing to my channel. It means a lot. I've wanted to do something with this channel as well as my gaming one, though not really having a sort of like a north or any specific goal in mind or anything like that would really keep me in track as far as making sure that everything gets done. But hey, you know what? The important thing is that I'm getting my name out there and I'm trying my best. I've actually been studying a lot as to how to progress with these videos and kind of just YouTube in general, just doing a lot of studying, just to kind of figure out what route I want to take. So I don't know if you noticed, but the name of the channel has changed. I added IRL at the end of it, just to kind of differentiate between some of the other projects that I have going on right now. My gaming channel still remains the same, drum and bass hit one, gamer tag for everything. So that hasn't changed at all. What has changed is I've started to develop a couple of other projects and things like that I would like to develop in the near future as well. Some I've already started, some I'm doing kind of slowly, and then obviously this one, which should be my most important project, is the one that I'm kind of leaving behind the most, and I kind of just want to change that a little bit. So they went to sleep, so that's why I'm trying to be a little bit quiet. Or it sounds like he's still awake. She might be asleep because the baby and everything. So pregnancy update. She's doing good. Baby's good. I've started to pay for an additional level of coverage with the insurance company here in Colombia. I am going to be making a video of that in the coming days, and I'll get to that in just a few minutes. But yeah, I started paying for an extra little bit. It's not fully private or anything like that. It's mostly just, how do I explain it? It's kind of like just an additional, right? So we'll get to skip to the front of the line. We got priority pass and that kind of thing, right? Baby's doing good. We've had, a complete 180 from the doctors. Everybody has been treating us nothing but nice, you know what I mean? Especially with what happened with my daughter. For some of you that don't know, I'll try to link somewhere up here in a card so you can kind of get up to speed of what happened to my daughter. I lost a daughter of mine a couple of years ago, or last year I should say. So but yeah, we definitely didn't want that to happen, which is the reason, which is what prompted us to basically go the paying for the little bit extra for the insurance, right? And so far so good. We don't know the sex of the gender of the baby yet, but the first one, the first ultrasound, whatever you want to call it, that we went to, said it was probability that it was going to be a girl. Then the last one that we went to like 2 weeks ago said probability is going to be a boy. Of course, whatever God want to send my way, or our way, I should say, we're going to receive it with open arms. So she's happy, I'm happy. Obviously, things all good in that department. My contract with my employer, which allowed me to purchase a lot of these things that I'm using to record and be able to develop on this project, like the Final Cut and Motion and some of these other things. Well, they decided to close up shop here in Barranquilla. For those of you who don't know, I live in Barranquilla, Colombia. I am an expat. I'm American. I just happen to be living here because I like the way that the life is here. But due to recent events and the circumstances that I find myself in now, I'm looking to basically just start heading back home, because I was made aware of certain things that I'm going to need to be able to basically take her to the US with me, and I'll cover that now. So as far as I have the information here, let me pull it up more. Anime. So there's basically some steps in the immigration process that I'm gonna have to take for her. Some of those including, let's see here. So it's going to be step number 5. Step number 4, which is an affidavit of support, and step number 5, which is proof of financial documents and stuff like that. So I'll try to share this. This is from the state, travel.state.gov website, and Bureau of Consular Affairs. So I'll try to link all of this in the description so you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. So it's basically just step number 5, and just so I can kind of explain it real quick. It's basically they collect financial evidence and other supporting documents, which basically means that once I'm able to take her with me to the US, I can provide for her, and basically she and we are not going to become a burden on the state kind of thing. So again, this is all public knowledge. I'll try to link it down in the description below so you guys can check it out. But yeah, so what this has done is basically it's thrown a bit of a monkey wrench into the mix, because now I'm going to have to figure out a way that I can basically find another job, right? Which is I'm in the process of doing now, or continuing with some of my other ideas, which again, just a second, I'll get to that, so that I can prove to the government, that I can provide for her, and I can provide for all of her needs and stuff like that. If I were to take her to the US, so yeah, there is that lingering in the back of our minds, more so mine, because she's pregnant, the baby's gonna be born. I'm gonna have to do another child registration birth abroad, CRBA, whatever it is, which I am going to make a video on that. I did say it a while back and I haven't gotten around to it, so I figured I might as well do it at some point this week. But yeah, having to do another CRBA, child registration birth abroad, with this baby is going to be quite a bit cumbersome, because not only am I going to have to save for her in order to be able to take her with me to the US, but I'm also going to have to save up for the new baby that's on the way. Although the process for the baby is a little bit easier since we've already gone through it. I already know kind of like the whole steps. I've got the consulate here in Barranquilla. There's an office. There's a U.S. consulate office here in Barranquilla, which we've been to, and I kind of know how the process goes. It's just take the money, bring the paperwork, make sure that they validate everything, and then just kind of wait a couple of weeks for them to check everything, right? And then there's another thing that I've been wanting to do, and I'm going to talk about a little bit of what I've been putting off since earlier in the video, is kind of like the projects that I'm trying to do. So I want to basically challenge myself, right? I'm going to do kind of like a 5-day, 5 videos thing to try and see if I can gain any traction with my channel, and try to talk about some topics that are important to me, that are important to my family, that are important to, obviously living abroad, being an expatriate and an expat, right? So I'm going to try to cover some of those things, especially living here in Colombia, because Colombia has become sort of this hot spot for single men and single women. I know the passport bros is kind of the thing, and the thing to talk about right now, right? And I've watched enough content over the last couple of years that I can formulate my own, kind of like my own opinion, and I want to add my own 2 cents to the pool. I know it's going to be, you know, a needle in a haystack, but nevertheless, I was born in the U.S. I grew up here in Colombia. I've been living here for, I want to say 4 or 5 years almost. I want to say 4.5 years, somewhere around there. And then prior to that, I spent, you know, a lot of years here. I met my girl here. Well, got the hang out. We live on the outskirts of P&L, but you know what I mean. And it's one of those things where I kind of feel like I would do a lot of good by helping people, just kind of get my opinion out there, so that way they know what to expect. There's other YouTubers, there's other expats, Americans, that are here in Colombia that are doing the same thing. So I just kind of, you know, been reaching out to them, following their content, see some of the things that they're talking about. I was like, you know what, I can do this. So I was like, you know what? I sat down after I was let go from my company, and I was like, this finally gives me the time that I needed to basically do the things that I wanted to do as far as YouTube, right? Not so much my gaming channel, because my gaming channel at this point is kind of on pause, right? Because I don't really have a PC anymore. I mean, I can download Steam on my MacBook, but it's not the same, right? So I kind of want to challenge myself. So in the next coming days, stay tuned for that. There's going to be, you know, a couple of videos where I'm covering just some basic topics of things that have happened to me, what the lifestyle is here. I'll kind of show you around how to deal with things, certain situations, how to talk to people, and then, you know, I'll try to give you some real insight as to like the culture and stuff like that. Now, mind you, I'm not a passport bro myself. Although people may not even know what an expat is, I do want to differentiate the difference between the two, right? And I know that statement seems kind of redundant, but there is a difference. There is a difference. I know I was talking to one of my friends, and you know, just a little anecdote here. I was talking to one of my friends, and he was telling me that I was a passport bro, and I got into this argument. Not really an argument, it was just more or less a discussion. I was educating him. I was like, dude, no, I'm not a passport bro. I'm not here hooking up with, you know, sweet ladies and these, you know, doing the tourist trap, the touristy shoeby trap, you know, not doing any of that. I explained to him that I was an expat, that I live here, I have my domicile here, I have, you know, I pay bills here, I have my family here. I pay for insurance. Like I'm a regular Colombian citizen, right? I have dual citizenship thanks to my parents, and it's one of those things that I had to explain to him, because he thought, you know, because he travels a lot, and I basically just had to, you know, sit him down. I was like, you know what, I could turn this into a video. I could turn this into content. So that's just one of the many ideas that I have as for this challenge. I'm gonna do 5 days. So starting, I want to, you know what, let's start tomorrow, right? I think if you have an idea, you might as well just do it right away. So I'm going to start tomorrow. I'm going to record a video, whether it's long, whether it's short, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to record a video, put it out there for the world to see. Again, I have the programs to edit and everything like that. So I'll do the best that I can, obviously, quality over quantity. And I'm just gonna put it out there, 5 days. So that's gonna be a challenge for myself. I'm gonna, you know, try to figure out a way that I can work this out. I'm excited because I've never done anything like this. Again, it's YouTube, it's something entirely different, but I wanna do it. I'm ready, and you know, I'm ready to take this seriously. And then to touch on another point from earlier in the video, I have started to learn how to use some of the Apple Pro apps or the Mac Pro apps. I don't know what you call them now. just watching some tutorials from what was it? The Final Cut Bro, I think that's the name of his channel. I'll link it down below. He makes a lot of like tutorial style content, which is easy to follow. Again, I'm working with one screen, so I have to like, you know, command tab or swipe, you know, 3-finger swipe up and stuff like that, just so I can do anything. But you know what? It's valuable knowledge, and I'm glad that I'm doing it. I'm glad that I'm doing it, and I want to do this. I want to take this seriously. My gaming channel obviously is going to be put to the back burner at this point. But yeah, this is something that I'm excited about. I just wanted to share the excitement with you guys, and just to let you know what everything that's going on, you know. Aside from that, my family did come to visit. I'll try to post some of those memories now. My dad came, my older brother came. He got to meet my son, which was really fun. My brother has a girlfriend now. He's a passport bro. Because, well, to a certain extent, right? So he's a passport bro in the sense that he's looking for love outside of the US, right? Let's be honest, the women's market in the US is just... So he found himself a good one. Happens to be, let me see if I can get this right. So she is the niece of one of my wife's, she's the niece of one of my wife's nephew's ex-girlfriend. Did you catch that? Okay, because I don't think I'll be able to repeat it. So she's a good girl. She got to come. We hung out. They stayed in the apartment that's here in the patio. And I took him around town. I showed him everything. And it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Again, I'll try to share some of the memories here so you guys can see that. And I got closer to my dad. I got closer to my mom. And something that was very important to me, and it always has been, because ever since my son Alejandro was born 3 years ago, my mom and my dad have kind of rekindled, retaken up their relationship, and I kind of feel responsible for that, because if it wasn't for me being here, that wouldn't have happened. So it's something I'm sharing it with you now, because obviously the whole point of Psych Eval is for me to kind of just let go of some of these things and put them out there for the world to see, and just kind of for me to reflect back on, right? But I digress. What I wanted to say is I kind of feel happy that because of that, my parents are back together. And to my point is, I'll try to show you guys a picture that's here in my living room, and show you guys a picture of this previous trip with my mom and dad and my older brother. So from this picture to this picture, or from this date until this date, my brother had never seen my parents together, ever. We're talking about 16, 18 years or something like that. My brother's like 36 or something. Again, I didn't get to talk to him about how he felt. I wish I would have. You know, shoulda, coulda, woulda kind of. But I'm excited that he got to see them sharing together and you know, just having a good time. We went out for drinks. My dad invited us to some drinks. I also bought a bunch of beer the whole time I was here. I was pretty much, you know, drinking with my brother, and it was just a really good time. It was a really good time, and I'm glad that it happened. I'm glad that it happened, and you know, I think it was fortuitous that as soon as the office that I was working for closed operations here, like they come, you know, because it was like I find out I'm having another kid, you know, the company closes operations here. My brother and my dad tell me that they're coming. They come, we have a really good time as a family, and then, you know, everything was just great. Like, I know I can't really express it into words, but like, as an adult, realizing or thinking back at some of the decisions that I've taken in my life and wondering, really wondering my whole existence. It was like moments like those, like when my dad and my brother came, it really puts things into perspective. I was like, you know what? Maybe this was the right call, right? Maybe this was the right call. Maybe being here was what they needed to come back. Maybe that's what my brother needed to come here and find love here. Maybe that's what my sister needs for her to, and her family, my brother-in-law and my nieces to come here. You know what I mean? Which my sister's another one who hasn't been here in, I don't know, maybe 10 years or something like that. I don't know the exact number, but I think it's like close to 10 years, if not 10 years. But yeah, other than that, you guys, I feel really good. Again, I'm worried, I don't have a job. I'm looking, I'm trying everything that I can. I've got maybe 4 or 5 different projects that I'm working on. So I got a drop shipping store I'm doing a lot of research on, like selling articles and stuff like that, which is something that I came across. I was like, you know what, I'm a pretty good writer. So let me just try to figure that out, right? So I've just been doing a lot of research on different websites and things like that. Just trying to look for money, just freelance work. Nothing too crazy. Because again, I'm not an English major or I'm not a fancy grammatical, you know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna write a masterpiece. I'm not gonna win a Pulitzer Prize, but at least I can, I can make some dough off of that. So far, nobody has, bitten yet, so I haven't made any money off of that, but I'm still trying. I'm doing minimum at least 1 article a day. I think the most I've sent last week was about 3 a day, but at least I'm trying to do 1. So while my son is at school, I basically just sit down, hunker down, and with as hot as it gets here throughout the day, because we're in the Caribbean. I try to push out at least 1 article. So I've been doing that for the last couple days. I've been looking for work in the U.S. I did get an interview for a company in Miami, but they wanted me to be there right away. I don't have any money really that I can just leave my family, go for an interview and 50-50. It's just not something that I'm willing to do. So I tried to work with the person and the company in Miami Lakes, but it just didn't work out. The guy didn't really. And the thing is that I wasn't even looking for the job. They offered me the job. They scouted me out. They sent me an email. I'll try to post it somewhere up here, where it's like, oh hey, we know that you applied back in, I don't know when I applied there. I think it was like 2016. I went in for an interview. The lady was like super rude, and I'm guessing because of some of the things that I said, that I was a Christian and all this and that. Like, you could tell the look on her face was just like, okay, yeah, because she ended shortly. Everything was going great until I said that. I think it was, I said that I was a God-fearing man, that I love my family, I want to be with my wife and stuff like that. And then as soon as I said that, like her whole face changed. Like she was going with the flow. I had her in the palm of my hand, and as soon as I said that, she like switched up on me. And I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna get the job. And I didn't get the job. Fortunately, I did end up working at Comcast for 1.5 years or whatever it was. I think it was like 1 year and 2 months. I'm pretty sure it was like 1 year and 2 months or something like that. Miramar, Broward County. So, fuck her, whatever, right? So they reached out back to me randomly after my family went back to the US. Just saying, hey, listen, we got a brand new project or a brand new campaign or whatever that you would be a great fit. I exchanged a couple of emails. I started talking with the guy. He made me fill out some application forms and stuff like that, which is normal. Kind of the psychoanalytical test that they always send you for all jobs in the US, which in my opinion, come on, bro, we need to get rid of this. We need to get rid of this. But I digress. I did the thing. The guy told me, I was like, oh, I need you to be here right now. Like, I need you tomorrow. Like, can you come in for an interview? I'm like, holy shit, I don't have $1 to my name. How am I going to even make it to the US? for an interview, no less. Like, it would be a different story if he would have given me the option to, which I did ask him, if he would have given me the option to at least do a virtual interview and then confirm or deny whether I got the job, which I tried to get him to do, as I mentioned earlier, and he just wasn't having it. He just wasn't having it. He was just like, oh, when can you be here? And I told him, I was like, I could be there tomorrow, you know, just lying my ass off to see what he would say, and he never replied. So same thing that happened last time when I applied for this company. So it doesn't matter whether you apply or they scout you out, they just leave you hanging. So I don't know, man, but I haven't lost faith. Again, I have goals. This second quarter of the year is nearing its end within the next couple of days, so I'm going to be doing my goal setting and stuff like that for third quarter 2023. And yeah, so I appreciate you guys stopping by, listening to me. Again, this was Psych Eval number 18. I don't really have anything else to say. Again, I feel good. Obviously I'm worried, I'm stressed out, but I can't let them know that. I want to be the best that I can for them. And I don't know if I want to do maybe something like a fundraiser or something like that, just so I can, if possible, raise some money through my videos, or maybe I can make some crochet, I don't know, pulses or something like that, just to kind of give away for sale for a couple of bucks, you know, just so you can support the channel and whatever it is that you want to do. Again, some of these things that we've talked about in this video are already in motion, right? So I want to thank you for stopping by. Again, this was Psych Eval number 18, and I will see you next Sunday for the next version of this video. All right, I appreciate it. Have a good night. Feel free to check out some of these other videos that I have here on the screen. Check out this playlist, and I'll see you in a couple of hours. Hopefully, not hopefully, but like, yeah, I will see you in a couple of hours.